All right, let's dive into something that's on the minds of a lot of people right now. If you're a digital nomad family, or even just dreaming about it, you know life is this incredible adventure. But how do you solve the friendship puzzle for your kids when your playground is the entire planet?
I mean, this is the big one, isn't it? It's the question that can keep you up at night. The world is this amazing classroom, no doubt about it. But what about that deep human need for a best friend? Where do they find their people?
And we're not talking about a tiny niche group anymore. The number of digital nomads around the world has just exploded. We're talking over 35 million people. This is going mainstream fast.
You see the Instagram posts, right? The gorgeous beaches, the amazing food, the cultural deep dives. But there's this quiet challenge that doesn't make it into the feed. The struggle to build and, just as importantly, maintain a social circle for your kids.
For settlers, and look, this isn't just a vague feeling, it's a real documented thing. Researchers like Sean Basitikel have found that loneliness and social isolation, well, they're the #1 reason families end up packing it in and going home. It's kind of the hidden cost of all that freedom.
So this all leads to a really fascinating, kind of counterintuitive idea that veteran nomads talk about all the time for explorers. It's a hidden pattern in modern travel, and we're going to call it the freedom paradox. And here's where we get to the heart of that paradox. We have more tools than ever before to connect, right? Facebook groups, Discord servers, meetup apps, you name it. So why on earth do so many nomads, new and old, say they feel more disconnected than ever? You know, if you poke around on Reddit, you'll see the old school nomads talking about this. 15, 20 years ago, making friends was just organic. You'd meet people in a hostel bar or on a local tour. Today, so much of that initial connection happens through a screen, and that spontaneous spark can just get lost. So how are the smart nomad families cracking this code? Well, here's the secret. They're not just waiting around for community to happen. They are actively, intentionally architecting their own mobile villages. And this has created a whole new model that people in this world are calling community as a service. If you're in this space, this is a term you're going to want to know. Seriously. It's like a subscription to a social life. You pay for instant access to a vetted, curated community, and it saves a ton of time and social energy. So, for all the planners and strategic thinkers out there, this is the fundamental shift in mindset. You stop hoping for accidental friendships, and you start building a social support system on purpose.
Okay, so this whole approach really breaks down into 2 core parts for settlers. Let's walk through the first one, which is super important for stability: the digital foundation. This is the bedrock.
So what does that actually look like? Well, we're talking about safe, moderated online spaces built just for kids. You've got platforms like Kids Connect Global doing virtual hangouts, or Pen Pal schools where kids from all over work on projects together. Even curated Discord servers for teens, connecting them over stuff they already love, like gaming or art.
And here is why this is so crucial. The goal is consistency. For a kid whose physical address changes every few months, these online friends are the constant. They're the social anchor that travels with them, always just a login away. But listen, digital is only half of the puzzle. The second part is just as vital, and it's where things get really exciting. We'll call it the in-person forge. This is where those deep bonds are really hammered into shape. This is the real-world stuff. We're talking about World School pop-up hubs, which are these casual, week-long gatherings of families in amazing places like Oaxaca or Naples. Or you have more structured programs like Boundless Life, where families actually live and learn together in a cohort for months at a time.
For explorers, now here's a really cool hidden dynamic at play here. Because everyone knows their time together is short, there's no time for fluff. They skip the small talk and they go deep, fast. Sociologists actually have a name for these kinds of environments: confessional spaces, where kids can form friendships that are stronger than ones they'd make over a whole year at a traditional school.
And does it work? Oh yeah. Social proof. You just have to listen to the parents. One of them said it perfectly. She now has a group of friends she chats with every week, no matter whether we're in Bali, Lisbon, or New Zealand. The confidence she's gained is incredible. See? It's not just about finding friends, it's about that huge confidence boost that comes from having your own global tribe.
So when you put these 2 powerful pieces together, that steady digital foundation and those intense in-person experiences, you get a repeatable, powerful system. We're calling it the Global BFF framework.
For strategists, for everyone who loves a simple, clear plan,
Here it is, the two-step friendship engine. Step 1, you forge the bonds in those high-intensity in-person hubs. Step 2, you maintain and deepen those bonds using the consistent digital foundation no matter where you are in the world.
And for my analytical people who love to see the data, this chart breaks it all down. You can see how different strategies, from virtual clubs to co-living hubs, stack up in terms of interaction level and how long they last. It's not about which one is best, it's about finding the perfect mix for your family.
For social smarts, and what all of this creates is something genuinely new, a new type of friendship. You can think of it as the Global BFF. It's not one best friend who lives next door, it's a resilient, decentralized crew of friends that literally spans the entire planet. And understanding that shows you're really getting how this world works.
And this is the big reveal. What starts out as the #1 biggest challenge of nomad life, that social isolation, gets transformed. Through this intentional design, it actually becomes a unique social superpower for these kids. They're building a global network from the ground up.
So it leaves us with this one last big idea to chew on. As more and more families choose this path, the very definition of friendship is being rewritten right before our eyes. And it makes you wonder, what does best friend even mean when your neighborhood is the entire world?
If this touched your heart, please subscribe, like, and share it with your family. Save this for more meaningful content ahead.